Today we're in Belize City, in the country of Belize to be more exact, but our ship is not able to dock in port. The water is too shallow there, so we have to take tendering, and the tendering process is a little bit slow because everybody needs to get a tender to go ashore. It is an overcast day today, so we're not going to get a really beautiful clear view. There is a little bit of sun out there though, so you should be able to see some things. We arrived in Belize around 8 this morning and dropped anchor to get ready for a day in Belize. People who booked a shore excursion with Princess were able to go ahead and meet in their meeting location and were escorted to their tenders. People who book a private excursion or just plan to go independently and explore on their own had to pick up a tender ticket. The Princess event listings told everyone to pick up tickets in the Ocean Terrace Cafe around 8 a.m. Now, I snuck down there around 8:30 and there was already a line. So just a piece of advice, if you are going to go on an excursion in Belize where you are going to tender, I would recommend you get in line at least a half an hour in advance to get those early tender tickets. Now, Princess will let the Princess excursion people get on the tenders first, which I suppose is probably only fair if you've paid that for an excursion that you get to get off the ship quickest. But it is inconvenient for those who purchase something on their own. Now, I did a little bit of timing and sat down by the open areas downstairs and listened for them to call for the tenders. And the first one they called was not until around 9:15 a.m. So it took about 30 minutes to get over to Belize from the tender after it loaded. So the Princess event listing said allow 30 to 50 minutes to get over to the coastline. That was pretty accurate. So keep that in mind. Maybe plan for excursions that you're doing independently. Give yourself a couple of hours from the time you drop anchor until you plan to be on land. And then you won't be confused or left behind with your excursion that you plan to do. Today, I didn't have any particular plans in Belize, so I was going to just wait until the tender lines were pretty much non-existent. I checked the weather app though, and the weather app said that it was going to be very windy and chances of rain around 2 p.m. So my goal was to tender over to Belize, see what there was to see in port, and try to get back before the rain hit. Well, I'm ready to go on our trip to Belize today. I'll be taking a water shuttle from the ship. It's calling for a 35% chance of rain, so I've tied my rain jacket to my waist. I don't really want to carry it around, and I don't really want to wear it because it's warm outside, but I do want to have it in case it rains. So here we go. Follow along. From the upper decks, I decided to take a look at the water shuttle process going on below. Belize has its own water shuttles, so they don't have to use the ship's lifeboats for this process. One shuttle is already up next to our ship. Another one appears to be making its way behind that one, ready to take its place in a minute. And more are even out at sea, waiting their turns. Looks like they have the tendering process down pat here in Belize. Tendering was going to be on deck 4 today, so I went down to the elevator, took it down to deck 4, and made my way to the tender boat. I made my way to the gangway. There was a security person right there ready for me to scan my medallion till the light turned green, and then I headed around the corner to go down another little flight of stairs and up about 3 stairs. Fortunately, there were several safety officers there on the ship, as well as other people working for the tender company, all ready to lend a helping hand to make sure people boarded safely. It looks like the water shuttle behind us is unloading passengers. Taking a closer look, it appears that it's a little unfortunate. There are people having to really duck their heads to go down the ramp to board from the water shuttle back to the ship.
Safety bridge, who knows how to use a life jacket? Almost everybody. That's great. I'll just quickly explain for those who don't. Take this, put it over your head. Take the strap, wrap it around your back, click it in, and you should be good. Pay attention in case you hit an iceberg on the way to your head.
Very glad I had on my jacket, even though I do look like a blue turtle, but it sure did beat getting all that wind. And as we got closer to Belize, it was either raining or we were just going through the clouds or something, but it was kind of drippy and rainy on us. I was glad to get to Belize. Almost immediately after getting off the tenders, you're smack in the middle of the congestion of people coming and going. Princess representatives are giving waters right here at this little booth, some flavored with lemons or orange. There are several shops to be found, and the obligatory letters that spell Belize. I was able to manage to get a picture without anyone in it. There is a canopy that has a sign if you want to take a picture of a QR code to download a map. But if you just walk around to the other side of it, there is the map and you can study it or take a photo of it to have with you. You can really see the rain coming down a little bit in this picture. All along the waterfront are shops and more shops. These little colorful canopies do a little bit to protect us from the rain. I think I will hush now for a moment and let you just enjoy this harbor walk with me. This is an intriguing sign, free passport stamp. Wow, I think I'll go up this little alleyway. There's still some shopping here by Diamonds International, and I'm going up here. It says there's a hidden treasure flea market, but I think they've hidden their treasures just a little too much because none of these little booths on the left that would have your hidden flea market type vendors in them have anything in them right now. Everything is kind of empty. I do see the sign up ahead for the free passport stamp. Looks like a few other people got here as well and are kind of looking around wondering just where is that free passport stamp. Nothing here. There was a girl selling tours, and these are good tours. I've taken this before. Today, I didn't plan to take a tour since the weather was really rainy and I knew my pictures wouldn't be all that great, but I have taken a tour before, and it usually comes out to be anywhere from $25 to $35, depending on how you dicker and what you're gonna see and the type of vehicle they're gonna take you in. So it's a good idea just to walk around and listen to some of these vendors and come up with what you might want to do if you're doing things independently. Normally, I pack my pharmacy kit. I always bring over-the-counter kind of things, some pain reliever, some Imodium, some antihistamine, various things that you might need on a cruise just to be on the safe side. And I forgot my whole kit. So I was on the lookout for a pharmacy. And sure enough, there was a pharmacy right here, and the prices were not unreasonable. I was able to get a bottle of Tylenol or acetaminophen, and it was only $4 for this bottle. And I went ahead and got some Imodium just to have it on hand, just in case you don't want to need it and not have it. I was ready to go back to the ship with my medications in hand, so I loaded the water shuttles and got a front row seat for the journey. I like that these are pontoon style tenders. They should be much more stable going back and forth from the ship than it would be if they were using the ship's lifeboats. Goodbye, Belize. This is Shirley with Shirley's Journeys, and I hope all of your journeys are pleasant ones. You better Belize it.